This program is proudly brought to you by Carlton, one of the world's great brewers.
And here's Inertia coming forward. Scamper over 900 metres. All in the stalls now. They're set to go. Settling in the stalls. There's the light. Away they go. And Fright got away well with Mr. Ashwood, and Indeed I Do, and Normandy Conquest going fast. Serendipity booted along, holding its inside position, and Inertia going with it, and then came Red Duke. Settling down, Fright in the centre, just the leader from Indeed I Do and Mr. Ashwood, and Serendipity trying to get up inside them with also there is Inertia. Then Normandy Conquest. They've cleared out 8 lengths in front of the others. On the turn, 500 out, Fright, Inertia, the rails, and out wider Indeed I Do from Mr. Ashwood. Then Normandy Conquest. Serendipity going well, needing a run, might get it here. Fright hung a little bit. Inertia took the lead from Fright, and Indeed I Do. Serendipity getting through, coming after them strongly. Then Mr. Ashwood with 200 to go. Indeed I Do the outside with Serendipity, joined Inertia, the 3 of them in line. Who's going to be the strongest? Serendipity put his head in front, and Serendipity's coming away to win it. About 3 parts of a length to Indeed I Do, a nose to Inertia third. 4 lengths to Normandy Conquest. Roman Laurel made up some ground at the finish. Then came Fright from Mr. Ashwood. Then at the head of the others, those in favour, top of the bay. Then Red Duke, Dead of Night further back, followed then by Meteor Star, Zavada Zip. Well back is Brahms Edition, and one of the last home is French Brew, and with it, as they went over the line, was Kane's Idol. It's paid $31.90, $31.90, and the trifecta $210.55. And we'll check win and place for you again very shortly. Light is on. And they jumped in a beautiful line. Goodwood Lady might be just in front from Peaceful Bay, settling down on the outside. Apple Valley, Waltzing Nelly holding the inside. On the outside of them, Sweet Dream Lady caught 5 wide and 6 wide. Torval as they go over the hill, a length to Clear Lady. Seeker Fortune might have got a bit of a squeeze there, and they were followed then by Roman Fantasy going around the outside of them with Cena. Jewel in the Crown is next, and then Wolverina followed by Toneville and Mrs. Mannering, both well back. Seeker Fortune still dropping out from Haunting Rain Fast and Flight Judge. Down to the 800 they race, and Apple Valley just the leader from Torval, a length and a half Sweet Dream Lady. They were followed then over on the inside of those by Waltzing Nelly and Roman Fantasy the outside, a length Goodwood Lady. Then Cena going forward, a couple of lengths Poke No Pearl, Jewel in the Crown. Mrs. Mannering making ground but very wide in the track from Peaceful Bay, and then Toneville going all right. Then followed a length to Rain Fast, Clear Lady, and further back Seeker Fortune. On the corner 500 out, Apple Valley ahead to Torval, Roman Fantasy on the outside. Cena hooked out with Mrs. Mannering, Goodwood Lady, and they were followed by Poke No Pearl, and Toneville out about 10 wide is starting to gobble them up. Apple Valley in front from Mrs. Mannering at the 200. Toneville given a crack with the whippers, tackling them now. Toneville and Mrs. Mannering went to the lead, nothing between them. Toneville, Mrs. Mannering. Toneville's going home the best, and Toneville's going to win it. About a neck to Mrs. Mannering. Apple Valley third from Haunting Cena, Sweet Dream Lady, Jewel in the Crown. Then Poke No Pearl, Torval, Waltzing Nelly, Rain Fast, Seeker Fortune, Peaceful Bay, Roman Fantasy well back with Clear Lady, and last home Wolverina. And the Thoroughbred Club Stakes, number 2, Toneville, $2.10 and 85. Number 1, Mrs. Mannering, $1.35, and number 11, Apple Valley, $3.20. Quinella, $5.70, and the trifecta, $373.50. Lights on, and away they go. Alarm began very well with La Elegance, and Contemporary Art showing speed with Lady Tobias over along the inside. Sculpturesque is pushing through in the centre, and She Flies goes up along the rails. La Zip didn't get away all that well. It's about 7th on the fence. Settling down, Lady Tobias at the 600, and She Flies are a length in front of Contemporary Art. 2.5 lengths to La Zip, making ground now, but giving them a good start. They're followed by Moonfly at the head of the others, Sculpturesque, and they were followed then by Black as Night on the inside from La Elegance. Round the turn they race, and She Flies travelling well on the inside. Drew away a length and a half into the straight now from Lady Tobias. La Zip is battling on, and they're followed then by Contemporary Art and Black as Night. But She Flies well clear with 200 to go. La Zip is battling on second, but She Flies will win easily. She Flies 2.5 lengths to La Zip. Black as Night comes home well on the outside. Black and Beautiful rather to run third from Contemporary Art, Sculpturesque Elan. Then Lady Tobias, Gold Vintage further back in the field with Mania, and then further back Tasty Treat, well back Moonfly and La Elegance, and last home is Apollyanna.
Been semaphored for that event. Number 1, She Flies, $2 the win, 70 the place. Number 12, La Zip, 55, and number 3, Black and Beautiful, $4.10. Cornella, $1.45, trifecta, $97.80.
The cost is another Carlton sporting coverage.
Go for the greatness.
Ladies.
They stand racing. Near the inside, Lord Belliner and Ivana began well from Wise Call, and Great Poet Shifnal Prince away nicely from Tri-Shell Fine Offer. They were followed then by Lockley's Tradition going around them on the outside from Delightful Bell. Kingdom Bay's back a little bit, about third last when they settle down into stride, and last of all King Phoenix. Up the hill to the 1300, Lockley's Tradition is going like the wind in front, 2 lengths to Great Poet, 1 to Shifnal Prince third. Ivana is fourth, a length further back then on the inside, Lord Belliner from Tri-Shell, and then Wise Call. Fine Offer's got back along the rails from Kingdom Bay, and then King Phoenix, and 2 away last, Delightful Bell. At the 1000 they race. Lockley's Tradition a length now to Great Poet. He's been steadied in front, 1 to Shifnal Prince with the run of the race. A half length Ivana, 1 to Tri-Shell, trapped a little bit deep, and they were followed then by Lord Belliner. Next Wise Call from Kingdom Bay, and further back Fine Offer, King Phoenix, and Delightful Bell not going well last. Past the 800 now, and Lockley's Tradition taken on by Great Poet, and they're 2 lengths to Shifnal Prince, and Ivana the outside moving up stylishly. 2 to Tri-Shell, and there followed then further back Lord Belliner, Wise Call, King Phoenix to the outside from Kingdom Bay, and now Delightful Bell starting to warm up. On the corner, Lockley's Tradition tackled on the outside by Great Poet. Wider out Shifnal Prince getting the split, coming at them. Ivana's gone from Wise Call, and then King Phoenix. Shifnal Prince got to the lead at the 200. King Phoenix out after it on the outside from Lockley's Tradition. Shifnal Prince in front. King Phoenix tackles it strongly. King Phoenix coming home the better, and King Phoenix is going to win the Elders. A length to Shifnal Prince, third Wise Call, fourth Delightful Bell, and then Lord Belliner, Lockley's Tradition, Kingdom Bay. They were followed by Ivana well back in the field, Tri-Shell with Fine Offer and Great Poet.
Hang on, we're going to jump there.
Attendance in with Ras Flyer. This one wouldn't come out at Flemington. They're ready now, and they're racing. And they've jumped away. Ras Flyer jumped away today, and over near the inside, Reputed began well with Roman Artist. There in front from No Parole, Rhoda Rouge. Then Formal Address, Asher Star from Red Opaque, Shank Hill Lass, and then Ras Flyer around the outside from Seeger. Next Palatinsky, and they were followed by View, 2 lengths to Acumen, and then Black Charleston. A length or so further back in the field, then at the head of the others would be Caledonian Boy. He's got a mile out of his ground at this stage with Drawn, and Celestial Motion whipped them in. As they went past the 1100 metre mark now, and the leader is Roman Artist, a half length to Asher Star, a length and a half further back Reputed. They were followed by Rhoda Rouge up in that bunch of horses, and Ras Flyer 3 deep, 2 lengths to Formal Address. Then came No Parole, tucked over on the inside of those horses, a length and a half further back Shank Hill Lass, and View with them, Seeger the outside. They're followed by Palatinsky, and further back is Acumen being niggled at. Caledonian Boy trying to get a run up from Red Opaque at the head of the others, and further back Black Charleston, and Drawn is back second last. On the turn 500 out, Roman Artist inclined to hang a little bit, a half length to Asher Star, Rhoda Rouge, Ras Flyer. They were followed further back in the field, No Parole, Asher Star, and then Palatinsky, and wider out there's Seeger and Acumen. The leader, Roman Artist, into the straight kick, 2 lengths in front of Rhoda Rouge, and they were followed by, coming down the outside, Palatinsky with a strong run, and then coming with a good run also is Acumen out wider on the outside, and coming at them quickly now is Drawn. Drawn's picking them up with Rasmuth on the inside, Shank Hill Lass, and Drawn's going to win. Drawn's 1.5 head, Shank Hill Lass, Acumen third. Fourth then Palatinsky, followed by Roman Artist. Further back in the field, Caledonian Boy, Black Charleston and Reputed. They're followed by No Parole, Formal Address with them, Jackson Square. And well back in the field then is View, Celestial Motion, Ras Flyer and Red Opaque and Asher Star, one of the last home. Official placings for the Caulfield Guineas. The judges call for the photo to separate Drawn on the outside, who came from second last at the 900-metre mark, and Shankill Lass over on the rails. And the result of the photo, number 6 Drawn, ridden by J. Cassidy first. Number 6 Drawn, J. Cassidy first. Number 18 Shankill Lass, L. Dittman second. And number 1 Acumen, ridden by G. Willits third. $30. And the trifecta 335.65. 335.65 for the trifecta.
Now bound for the Cox Plate, and now the Guineas, and Acumen was favourite, Drawn well back.
Roman Artist with his head on the side. He's kicked away though into the straight. Leads by 2 lengths to No Parole and Rody Rouge. Palatinsky down the outside, Reputed getting up on the fence, and then Caledonian Boy. Here comes Drawn right down the outside. Roman Artist in front. Shankill Lass getting up on the fence. Drawn out wide, and Shankill Lass. Drawn going home a bit the better. Shankill Lass cutting him back. The two of them go to the line. Drawn's won the Guineas from Shankill Lass. 3 lengths to Acumen third.
Drawn was back from 14s to 9s to get the prize over Shankill Lass and Acumen, and trainer Les Bridge has now got his sights set on the Cox Plate.
Well, the way he's right.
From Testimony,
betting
race, Campaign King the favourite.
Campaign King running on fairly. 150 out. Rocky Mac got to the lead from XZ Star. Stockwell Lass. Campaign King coming now. He's flying. Campaign King. Rocky Mac in front. Campaign King will get him. Campaign King got up to beat Rocky Mac. Viva Vanes run third.
He's a great sprinter. Campaign King made it 9 wins in 11 starts with his victory today. The Caulfield.
They're all in the stalls. So Vague's rider not quite set. Climbs back into the saddle. Black Knight is fidgety. Attended in with Black Knight. Settling better. They stand. The light goes on. Ready, racing.
Oh, get up there, Rick.
And when they jumped away, there's one lost its rider just after the start. I think it's Riverdale. It is Riverdale's lost his rider as they jumped out. And there's a sensational start to the race. When they settle down, So Vague in front of Lord of Camelot and going up Sir Zephyr to head them off. They were followed then in that pack of horses by Bounty Hawk, King Delamere back along the rails, Black Knight moving round the outside from the Filbert. 2 or 3 lengths to Lack of Reason. Tristark is next, 2 then to Our Sophia. And last of all is What a Nuisance, the boy on the track. Attendants going to him now. As they settle down now and climbing the hill past the 1400, and the riderless horse Riverdale careered around them to be in front. So Zephyr actually the leader. 2 lengths to Lord of Camelot, and they'll follow a length to XZ on the outside of it. So Vague, a length Black Knight. King Delamere next on the rails, 1.5 lengths the Filbert and Lack of Reason. 2 or 3 lengths further back in the field, Bounty Hawk. Tristark on its inside, 3 lengths to Our Sophia and 1.5 lengths to What a Nuisance. At the 1,000 metres, and the leader Sir Zephyr going to his girth now on the outside, Lord of Camelot. 1.5 lengths XZ tacked in on the rails from So Vague. 1.5 lengths King Delamere going well but needing a run. Lack of Reason moving around them 3 deep, and Black Knight is in the centre. 1 length further back is Tristark going forward from the Filbert. Then What a Nuisance pulled to the outside of Bounty Hawk, and Our Sophia is now last, and he's snookered on the fence. Down to the 500 near the turn, Lord of Camelot took a narrow lead on the outside. Sir Zephyr going with him, 1.5 lengths Lack of Reason. He's trying to catch them, napping on Lack of Reason, and Tristark's going around them quickly. Then XZ over on the rails, followed by the Filbert as they enter the straight. 300 to go now, and the leader on the inside is Sir Zephyr. Lack of Reason coming at him, then Tristark. XZ the rails from Lord of Camelot, Black Knight, and wider out What a Nuisance. Lack of Reason and Tristark race to the leader, 100 to go. The Filbert running on, but Tristark has sprinted away, and Tristark a brilliant win in the stakes. 1.5 lengths Lack of Reason, the Filbert third from Sir Zephyr. Then Our Sophia worked home okay next, followed by Bounty Hawk, What a Nuisance. Black Knight behind them with So Vague, and King Delamere, he dropped right out of it. He's run about second last in the race. XZ in front of him, and Lord Camelot would be last to finish. Now that rider's okay, he's on his feet. Apparently was only winded the rider of Riverdale, Noel Barker. And the placings.
And 65 cents. The daily double, if you had it, $63.90. And the quadrilla 2675 paid $598.75. $598.75.
The clerk of the course, who brings him forward now. Arato faces up to the stall, is loaded quickly, and they're ready for the Herbert Power Handicap. The field settles and they're racing. Pliancy began well with Colonial Flag over on the inside. British just behind them. Rose and Thistle got away nicely with Brazana, and Mr. Jonathan is going to head them all off, going to the rails. Then came Glen Morriston, followed by Feeder Rawar. Back behind them is Arato. Colonial Flag dropping back towards the rear. Passing it, Jamaica in and Martian Sun the outside from Beatrice Levette and Last Late Show. Out of the straight, 2,000 to go. Glen Morriston now went to the front, a length clear from in second placing Feeder Rawar, and Mr. Jonathan tucked in on the rails third. One away British, 2 lengths to Rose and Thistle, Pliancy 2 to Brazana hanging. On the rails came Jamaica in, Cordelia caught 3 deep from Arato, Martian Sun. 2 lengths Colonial Flag, followed by Beatrice Levette and a length to Late Show. At the 1600, the leader Glen Morriston, a little over a length to Feeder Rawar, and a half length away then on the outside British. Mr. Jonathan on the rails fourth, and at his girth Rose and Thistle travelling well. 2 lengths to Pliancy from Brazana, and then Jamaica in, Cordelia, Arato, 2 to Martian Sun. On the rails Colonial Flag from Beatrice Levette and a length and a half Late Show. 1300 out now, and British making a line of 3 in front here with Feeder Rawar and Glen Morriston. 2 lengths away Rose and Thistle, and ahead to Mr. Jonathan tucked in on the fence, 2 to Brazana. A length Pliancy from Cordelia, and they were followed further back Martian Sun, who's wide. Then Jamaica in, Arato, a length Beatrice Levette, 1.5 Colonial Flag, and 2 to Late Show. At the 1,000 down the railway side, still a great battle, 3 in line. British outside, Feeder Rawar, and on the rails then is Glen Morriston. Rose and Thistle travelling nicely. Next has gone up to make it 4. Martian Sun's gone up 5 wide. Mr. Jonathan looking for a run. They're followed by Beatrice Levette going up 6 deep from Arato. Brazana struggling, and further back Colonial Flag commencing a run. With 600 to go now, Rose and Thistle and Feeder Rawar have gone up to join the leaders on the corner with Martian Sun. Mr. Jonathan's got shuffled back along the rails, and the 3 leaders bolted away. Rose and Thistle travelling well, took the lead from Martian Sun, Feeder Rawar. They're well clear of Glen Morriston, Arato, Colonial Flag under the whip running on, and then came Beatrice Levette. Rose and Thistle just the leader from Feeder Rawar, many lengths in front of Colonial Flag and Martian Sun. Rose and Thistle in front. On the inside, Feeder Rawar coming at it again. Rose and Thistle, Feeder Rawar going better, and Feeder Rawar's won it about a head to Rose and Thistle. Late Show rattled home, might have got third, just in front of Colonial Flag. Then Arato, Beatrice Levette, further back Jamaica in, Martian Sun. Pliancy was next, and they were followed by Glen Morriston. Mr. Jonathan dropped right out of it from Brazana, then Cordelia, and British has pulled up last.
3-1 winner. Second placing going to Rose and Thistle at 14-1, and Late Show a Great Melbourne Cup trial, third at 5s. And Tristark rocketed to favouritism for the Caulfield Cup after today's easy win in the Caulfield Stakes. The mare was 10-1 this morning, but her price has been slashed to 9-2. Lack of Reason and the Filbert are still in the market, along with the unlucky Riverdale. And Tristark is also firm for the Melbourne Cup. She's now a 7-1 chance behind the equal favourites Black Knight and Kiwi. Checking today's quadrilla at Caulfield, the numbers 2675 and the dividend there $598.75. Daily double for 6 and 14, $63.90. Extra a pair of 2s, $5.80. At Rose Hill, 6 and 1 paid $12.10. The extra 1 and 7, $5.80. At Morfettville, 3 and 5 netted $10.50, and the extra for 9 and 5, $17.90. The Werribee Quadrilla, 3, 3, 8 and 9, $7,152.05. The Daily Double, 3 and 11, $25.75. And the extra 3 and 9, $122.80. David Graham's only tournament.
The weekend golfer with this shot on the 9th.
He usually draws the ball. Now has it come back?
Well, yeah.
Well, there it is on the road, and that's out of bounds.
Back to the 9th hole. This is Bernard Langer.
Pre-tournament.
And that's